Okay, friends, for our Stop, Think, Paraphrase, we are going to be reading Library Mouse. Now remember, I'm going to read the page. So Sam was a library mouse. His home was in a little hole in the wall behind the children's reference books. And he thought that life was very good indeed. So now I'm going to stop reading. I'm going to cover up my words, and I'm going to think about what I just read. I know I read about a mouse, and there was a hole in the wall. So now I'm going to paraphrase. This page is about a mouse, and he lived in a hole in the wall behind some children's books. Remember, paraphrase means to share in your own words. So now I'm going to read another page. Every day when the library was full of people walking up and down the aisles, studying, checking out books, and working on the computers, Sam was curled up in his little hole, sound asleep. Every night when the people went home and the room was dark and quiet, the library belonged to Sam. Okay, so now I'm going to stop reading. I'm going to think about what I just read. And remember, I can use the picture to help me to kind of think about what I read. So now I'm going to paraphrase what I just read. And if you don't remember what you read, it's okay to go back and reread. That way you can figure out how to paraphrase this page. So when I'm paraphrasing, I remember that this page was about people walking in and out of the library, and Sam the mouse would come out of his hole every night when the people went home, and the library belonged to him when everyone went home. All right, I'm going to read this page, so I'm going to read it first. And every night, Sam read, and he read, and he read. Sam read picture books and chapter books. He read biographies and poetry, cookbooks and sports books, fairy tales and ghost stories, and mysteries by the dozen. So I'm stopping, and I'm thinking about what I just read, and then I'm going to paraphrase. So I'm going to share with you what I just read in my own words. So I just read about Sam again, and he read books. He read tons of books, all kinds of books. I remember there was fairy tales, ghost stories. He read all kinds of books. All right. Now, I'm going to read these pages. Sam's mind was filled with facts and information and images of faraway places, and his imagination brimmed over with wonder and fantasy. One night, Sam decided that it was time he wrote a book of his own. All right, I'm going to stop reading. I'm going to think about what I read, and I want you to think about what we read, and I want you to tell me or think in your head. You're not going to tell me just yet, but remember, we're going to be practicing this more, tomorrow. So just make sure that you have this fresh in your mind. So I want you to think about what this page is about. And I want you to paraphrase it in your own words. So remember, I want you to tell me what these two pages are about in your own words. So go ahead and think about that, and we are going to practice more with this tomorrow.